City of Murrieta is 33 square miles. We got 5 fire stations. At those stations we have 4 fire engines, 1 ladder truck, and on each piece of equipment we've got 3 firefighters, 3 shifts, so 16 people working on any given day within the community.
So although we're a city of about 115,000, which is a pretty good sized city, it still has a small town feel to it. And the reason is most of our employees and most of the fire department employees live here. Our kids go to school here, our families, we shop here. It's that tight-knit community. It's really what every city strives to have, and it's what we actually have.
So we brought our VIPs and dignitaries here today to experience structural firefighting, so it's to give them to obtain a respect for the effort that goes into one of these, so they have a better understanding of our job.
I grew up in a fire family, and so you kind of think you know, but until they've got you in turnout gear and you're crawling through the smoke, you don't know.
Great experience. Have a new level of respect for firefighters and the fire service.
It's great to see that leadership supports us and they're willing to demonstrate that by putting on the equipment and show us that we're all one big family.
That was very, man, puts a new perspective on getting in there and taking care of business. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Having been a firefighter and a union rep for a long time, I have to say that the relationship here is the strongest I've ever seen it. And it all comes down to having a fire chief and management that is willing to work with the labor side, the firefighters, and communicate together, because there's nothing more powerful than having labor and management on the same page, going after the same mission, vision, values, and goals of the fire department.
Over the last several years, there's been an expectation, especially with the downturn in the economy, that we become better businessmen and women and we enhance our relationships. So I've been in the city of Murrieta for 3 years, and that became one of our highest priorities. And we decided that we can do one of a couple things. Either we can dig a hole and throw the dirt over us and hope that everything blows by, or we can get out there, again, educate the community as to who we are and make sure they understand that we're more than just the fire department.
Citizens Academy is an academy that was started a couple years ago with Chief Ferguson. I was lucky enough to be in the first year's academy class.
We've got an 8-day academy, 3 hours per week for 8 weeks, and the last one's like a muster, which is like a competition that they have.
Really, it's designed to let the community come into the department and learn about everything we do. Nothing we do in the police department or the fire department should be a secret or a surprise.
So knowing the ins and outs of the department like that is huge to be able to tell the story for them in the community, and especially to the business community.
So there are a number of things that I learned going through the academy, just about how many different areas of expertise that firefighters have to have. Certainly not just about responding to fires, vehicle extrications, medical aid calls. There's a whole myriad of things that they do that we weren't aware of.
And he likes his little trophy he got too, so.
Yeah, I did.
Relationships are the most important thing we can do. So if we have a little bit of fun and just have a conversation, I think as much as anything, there's value in that. Outside that, when we have discussions about anything from staffing to equipment or fire behavior or wildland, they're going to have some context. We'll be able to have an educated conversation about exactly what that means.
The business model for the fire department here has really been one of continuous improvement, which is why they went through the accreditation process and why they've been recommended for approval.
So the accreditation agency is the Center for Public Safety Excellence. What's unique about it is there's only roughly 250 fire departments in the entire world that are accredited. Right? There's only 18 other departments in the state of California, and we'll be the first in the county of Riverside to be accredited.
And that doesn't mean that everything is great with the fire department. That means that they are aware of everything and they're working on solutions. And they're doing that in a transparent manner. So they're involving folks here in the community. They're involving the rest of the staff with the city.
We have a great relationship between City Hall and the fire department. I hear that's not always the case. I have a lot of respect, as does the council and our executive team, for Scott and all of our executives over at the fire department. They've done some amazing things with this accreditation process.
It is validation to see that all the hard work, this blending of two cultures, the future with the past, that it's working and it's worthwhile. It by no means that we've arrived.
And so the point of the journey is not to arrive, because you don't arrive. You're always evolving, you're always changing, and if you stop changing, everything's going to pass you by.
In fact, it's important to understand that while the economy's hit us as hard as it is, we've identified the gaps, but we've got hope, we've got a future, we've got a vision, and that's what we're embracing.